You're ready to go. Outstand is your foe. Give your all or you'll fall. Now let's begin the show. Hola, hombres y mujeres. ¿Cómo están ustedes? That's all the Spanish I'm going to give you for this match. This is Mercury Wings bringing you week 4 of the Blue Moon Tournament. We've got Symes on the left side versus Navolas on the right. And we are going to get right into the action here. We seem to have 2000 HP bug set up from Symes here, and it's going to fire up the full cust, and then everybody is going to dump their hand. So ideally, when you use a full cust, you don't want to let your opponent dump their hand, but good button mashing, and you can get off your chips, especially if they're all time freeze. So, Navolas has successfully dumped his hand, not getting caught with anything on the full cusp. Symes deciding what he wants to do with this first dust shoot, and recovery 300. Builds a powerful chip. He's only lost 10 HP so far. Doesn't quite need that yet. So I'm going to expect him to send away the recovery 300. That's not what he does, however. He decides that he wants to wait till later for the Super Vulcan. There's the Judge Man he's going to use he's looking to use to get back his area. And the bubble wrap does look fairly tempting, especially against the slash cross. But we're going to see what Symes goes with. And there it is. Beat is going to catch that Judge Man from Symes. Rather unfortunate for Symes, but the wind is going to keep Navolas at bay. No, Symes is going to pick that up and try to throw it at Navolas to take out that slash cross, but a machine gun is going to have other plans right there. Navolas' grab bandage not going to do anything because he has the favorable area. And now we're seeing Navolas work his way in to for that slash cross beatdown. We do, however, see a golem hit on the side of Symes, and if that connects with slash cross, that is going to lay a major hurting on Navolas and his strategy. So we're going to see if Navolas can sniff this out. And well, that answers that question. Navolas does not sniff it out, and to make matters worse, the trap he had was not an anti-damage at the time, so it does not block it. Machine gun is going to temporarily knock down that bubble wrap again, but the only thing that's going to that takes it out permanently is either a wind chip or an electric chip. Bug Thunder showing up from Symes, and I'm expecting him to drop that wind, which will make it significantly harder to dodge those thunders with the wind consistently pushing you back into them. Custom screen came up with the bubble star in mid-flight, so Navolas is likely to be able to avoid that. But the Bug Thunders with the wind are another matter, particularly with the Grab Revenge, or is it the Grab Banish, to equalize that area. Grab Revenge going to go off for a full 6 hits, and the area comes back once the wind box is taken out. If that Windbox had stayed where it was on this panel, Symes would not have gotten his area back from the grab revenge. I know that because I've made that mistake before, and quite recently. But Navolas does, fortunately for Symes, take out that Windbox for him, and it's going to equalize the area, thus giving Symes a decent chance to hit those Bug Thunders. Symes wanting to mash out that Bubble Star to hopefully get double damage off that Thunder hit, but Navolas is going to quickly use an Invis to thwart that strategy. Favorable area for Navolas, but he's going to run to that Bubble Star, and that's going to hold him in place for the Bug Thunders and double their power, which will give Symes the first game. Here we are in game 2, and we do have missing panels in the center of both players' area. This setup I find is quite favorable to boomer users because most of the time the opponent does not have a natural dodge for that boomer. You can't just step into the middle panel. You have to take 3 steps in order to get out of the boomer's range, and that's very hard to do. Navolas showing a machine gun, and with Navolas showing that machine gun, it gives Symes the opportunity to decide what he's going to do in order to not get hit by that. Possibilities include going into Beast Out to actually before we won't fully know what his possibilities are until he uses the dust chute and gets his new set of chips, because he might simply have Invis as an option. That's not going to be an option, but he can go into Beast Out and move forward to avoid the machine gun. He can also throw up Bubble Wrap to block the first hit and give him time to react to and dodge the others. So we'll see what Symes opts to do in order to preserve that Dust Cross. Anti-damage won't be particularly helpful for avoiding the machine gun, but it may be good later in the turn. There's an area grab, and Symes is not going to preserve his Dust Cross in the face of that machine gun. He gets clipped once, and that is all it takes. Beat is going to take away Ground Man. We're probably going to see that anti-damage get mashed before the boomer gets there. That's exactly what we're going to see. And unfortunately for Navolas, he lets the anti-damage hit him, which is going to bust his own trap. It's surprisingly important when you're playing against anti-damage to not let that star hit you. A lot of times you don't, well, you never want to take that 100 damage, but a lot of times you don't want to lose the trap, you don't want to lose your own trap. If you're in Tank Cross, you certainly don't want to get decrossed there. It's just so much better for you if you don't get hit by that star when you trigger an anti-damage. The one exception, of course, being when you have that anti-sword ship. But a lot of times we make the mistake of lapping off that 100 damage as though it's nothing, when getting hit by that, it does indeed matter. And there's the Golem hit, knocking out Slash Cross for Navolas again. Navolas is going to have to find another way to get rid of that last 1,000 plus HP for Symes. There's the bug fix. There's the Bug Thunder soon to be coming. And bad news for Navolas, he does not have air shoes. And he is stuck there until the getting clears, which fortunately for him it does. Now, going back to the anti-damage discussion we were having earlier, with Symes being in Tengu Cross, he absolutely does not want to get hit by the star from the anti-damage. That would turn into 200 damage. That would decross Tengu, and Tengu is going to be quite useful for Symes in the way of forcing Navolas to take thunder hits. The wind blowing Navolas backward. Symes can use the Tengu fan to bring him forward. And see, that's exactly what happens. You don't get to dodge that thunder in front of or behind. You now have to dodge it strictly in a side to. What am I saying? It leaves you with only one way to dodge Bug Thunder instead of two. Navolas mashing out the Invis, avoiding the Bubble Star, and Symes just waiting on that to expire before he fires. I think does not connect the Super Vulcan, though I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to hit the Bug Thunder and then use the paralysis to land the Super Vulcan. That does not work for Symes, though. And we see Navolas on the other side. 350 HP, not particularly high, but the trap up does mean something. And Navolas has gone into Beast out. Navolas switching traps, tired of the trap he has not working. Another wind coming down from Symes, and he's going to keep firing off those thunders. The books are going to home in on Navolas and take out that anti-damage and give Symes back his area for 2-for-1. And then one more thunder is going to take out Navolas and give the win to Symes, 2-0. Good. Well played by both players, and I thank you for watching as always. Mercury Wings over and out.